Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Reviews on Tap, the actual Reviews on Tap, not the podcast. And today I'm going to be reviewing The Upside. It's a remake of a movie called The Untouchables, a French movie called The Untouchables. Apparently it's a very great film. I haven't watched it. I was planning on watching it before going to see The Upside and I actually didn't get time, but apparently it's a very good movie. And if my opinion is anything to go by, I'm going to assume The Upside lives up to as a remake, lives up to The Invincible. So The Upside is starring Bryan Cranston. If you know Bryan Cranston, you know him mostly as Heisenberg from Breaking Bad, aka Walter White. It stars Kevin Hart. I know. And it also stars Nicole Kidman. I've actually watched two movies in a period of like 2 months with Nicole Kidman in them, and I hadn't seen her in like years. So it's basically about this like rich, super rich guy who's a quadriplegic, and he's looking for someone who is basically going to be his, I don't know the right word, I'm going to say helper. What do they call it? They call it a life. Oh, flip. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot the word, but they call it a life something in the movie. Basically, someone who's going to take care of him, lift him from his chair because he can't use any of his limbs. He can only talk and move his face or head. So he has to lift him from his chair, lift him onto his chair, put him into bed, help him change his catheter, all that stuff like that. Feed him, basically be his like right-hand man, literally. And to be quite honest with you, like you probably also feel right now, I wasn't looking forward to a movie with Kevin Hart. I've just written the guy off, especially when it comes to film, acting specifically. I maybe sometimes do rate his comedy, but I can't stand him as an actor. But I'm super glad to say he actually surprised me this time around. He didn't bring much new to the movie, but this movie is kind of like mostly a drama, bordering on comedy here and there. And what you already know, Kevin Hart, his isms, they are present in this movie, but not so much. It's sort of like a toned down version of him in moderate doses that I think everybody can kind of handle and sit through. And I was actually very glad to see that. He's actually a very convincing dramatic actor here and there. When he does his thing, it kind of does pop out because you already know what he's like. We know him as a very animated person. So when he does do his Kevin Hart isms, his swear to God and all those things, you do pick up on those things. But in this case, in this movie, they were kind of like moderate. Bryan Cranston, amazing actor as always. In my opinion, I kind of feel like Kevin Hart kind of did outact Bryan Cranston in this situation. But Bryan Cranston, no, in my opinion, if there's one person to take that opinion from, it's me. It was really amazing. Nicole Kidman was fine. She was alright. It wasn't nothing amazing. So the movie basically is about that, and it's about, as you might already guess, he's an ex-con. He has a charge on him, and he's basically trying to clean up his life, and he's trying to lead a much more cleaner life, try to get some legitimate money, try to get a job. But he has a fucking shitty attitude. This guy is a rich fucking billionaire who has all the money in the world, and he's just looking for someone to take care of him, but he doesn't want your traditional professional. So the movie kind of follows that journey of that unlikely friendship between the two of them. And we've seen most movies like that where two people from two separate different worlds kind of have to go through this journey where they become friends, I guess. And it was actually very enjoyable. I'm gonna kind of focus more on Kevin Hart because I hadn't seen a more serious side of him when it comes to acting in his films. He's always playing the same fucking character in every film. But this time around, you get to see how he is as a serious actor, and I'd like to see more of that in the future. It touches on different backgrounds of people who are obviously totally different, and apparently it's actually based on a real life story. I don't know how true that is, but I'm gonna take the maker's words for that. I enjoyed the movie. Oh, here's one thing I do want to talk about though. This movie has kind of some controversy around it, not that much, but specifically Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart. We all know what happened with the tweets that were revealed from his past, the drama that happened between him and the Oscars in terms of hosting the Oscars. And apparently, and I just found this out after watching the movie, The Untouchables, before it was actually released, the week before it was released, Harvey Weinstein and his brother Bob Weinstein, they got a hold of the distribution rights to the movie before the original of this film was released, and they immediately commissioned a remake of the film. So it's kind of like this movie came out at a kind of a wrong time, especially for Kevin Hart of all people. The movie came out at the time of the Me Too movement, where Harvey Weinstein himself is facing all these charges, which is fuck him for that. And also Kevin Hart too is also facing the drama around his tweets and the Oscars. So it's kind of like it flew under most people's radar, I think, because of that. Maybe it could have been marketed better. Some people might have a problem with the magical Negro themes of the movie, and that's probably like maybe the biggest nitpick with the movie. Yeah, the magical Negro thing. Oh, okay. So the magical Negro is basically in most movies. It's two things. There's a white savior theme and a magical Negro theme. They're kind of the same thing, but they view it differently based on the race. So magical Negro is always when there's a leading white actor and there's always a supporting black talent who is almost like the crutch to the white person in the movie. So they're always the person who saves and always looks after and always betters the white person in the movie. Huh? Come again? I haven't seen Blind Spotting.
Oh my god.
Blind Spotting, I'm hearing. I'm actually going to check it out. So we've seen that quite a few times. I think what's another example we have of magical Negro? Django is kind of magical Negro-ish.
Django's both white savior and
Yeah. Django's both. It's white savior and magical Negro. But it's basically a savior complex for the black person, but not usually viewed in the same breath as with the white person. With the white savior complex is when a white person is always the helper or the savior of black people or a black person within their own struggles. You've seen movies like The Principal, where the guy is a principal within in a school in the hood, and he sort of like brings civilization and a better view towards education, and everybody changes simply just because of this white man. So people might have a problem with that, but I don't think that theme was that much in there. Personally, I believe it's a well-made film. I enjoyed it. I have no problems with it. If you feel like you might enjoy it, if you want to see Kevin Hart grow, if this is the beginning of something, go check it out or wait for it digitally. I enjoyed the movie. If you've seen the movie, tell me how you feel about it. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Comment down below. Tell us how you feel about it. Go check out the podcast, guys. You guys have seen we're uploading podcast episodes. Engage us on that. Watch the reviews on tap, reviews specifically. And there's more stuff coming, guys. Yeah, that's basically about it. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Go to my channel. Go check out local content. And that's basically about it, guys. I'll see you on the next episode.